My name is Aussie Marcel, the most luscious locks on YouTube, and in today's video, it's just going to be a quick one about my thoughts on police brand fragrances. Now, these are reminiscent of the Ed Hardy Skulls and Roses fragrances. I can't quite remember which ones came first, but the designs are definitely similar. Anyways, as far as the fragrances themselves, you can pick them up here in Australia for anywhere between $20 and $30 Australian. And at that price, they are a pretty good entry point for anyone, especially if you're a little on the younger side, looking to get into these sorts of fragrances, because the scents and the DNAs that police use are going to skew towards the younger side. They're fruity, they're sweet. Like, for example, Police to Be Rebel. This isn't going to be a full review of the fragrance or anything like that, but you would expect, with a design that has a mohawk, like a punky mohawk like this, you would expect it to be edgy, or a little dark, a little mysterious, a little brooding, something like that. I already sprayed it on my hand before this because I wanted to remind myself what it smells like. But what it actually is, it's fruity, it's a little aquatic. I want to say fresh, but a fragrance this densely sweet, it's hard to sort of refer to it as fresh. But the scents themselves they definitely skew young. So if you're, 15 to 25, I reckon if you're in that sort of age range, these scents are going to be amazing for you because they're decent performers. They generally last around 5 to 6 hours. Doesn't really make a difference between the Eau de Toilettes and the Eau de Parfums. They all last around about the same time. Like Police Icon is an Eau de Parfum, and I get the same performance out of that as I would with one of their Eau de Toilettes. But overall, the scents themselves are sweet. I wouldn't overspray them because they're a little cloying, and that pretty much goes across the board. Even the new ones are still really ultra sweet, ultra youthful fragrances. But that isn't a bad thing because they've got a market, they've got a corner on that sort of market, and I know they're pretty popular here. Like Police to Be Queen, for example. This is a super popular fragrance. People love the DNA, but for some reason it's getting harder and harder to find here, so I don't understand why that is, but I know for a fact that police keep churning out these fragrances and people keep buying them. So maybe we will see a resurgence of these sorts of fragrances, the ones that they've discontinued. But if we don't, I can almost guarantee they'll replace it with something else, and I can also guarantee that that fragrance is going to sell well as well. So yeah, police fragrances, do I recommend them? I think if you're under 30, yeah, give them a try. If you're over 30, the scents themselves might be a little too boisterous for you, a little too youthful, a lot too sweet. But yeah, all in all, they're a decent brand, especially if you're just getting started with it, and if you're just getting started with, perfumery and, fragrances in general. They're sort of like a good next step up from some of the Lynx or Axe body sprays you'll find. They've got a similar sort of sweetness, but, better performance. And these are actual real fragrances. Although I don't hate a lot of those body sprays because a lot of us get introduced to perfumery and fragrances through those. So there's no hate here. Anyway, have you ever worn these police fragrances before? If you have, let me know in the comments below, as I'm pretty interested to hear what you guys think. Anyways, my name is Aussie Marcel, the most luscious locks on YouTube, and until the next video, I'll catch you guys around.